Hey guys, what is up? AwesomeTheSauce here. Hope you guys are having a great day. And I'm sorry, bro. I actually, on my way to making this video, I actually saw King's Isle. Look, I took a picture. Do you get it? They're clouds! King's Isle has been being a little bit goofy, alright? They're acting like clowns recently, and I think it's just about time. We have to make a video. Otherwise, this trend might never stop. Now, what trend am I talking about? I'm talking about how wands right now are becoming more and more pay to win. Why? Because of Maycasts. Now, if you don't know the history of this problem, it started with the Professor's Horde pack, and I actually have this on me right now. It started with a Maycast Judgment spell, which in my opinion, especially for a balance, is completely overpowered. It has no place in PvP. Now, there were other examples of Maycast wands like the Fortune Tellers that did 1,000 damage for free, and it could trigger pretty commonly, but Maycast Judgment was one of those that definitely set itself aside as uniquely broken because you could literally just wand it through a shield, have a bunch of pips, and win the game because the balance spell uses your balance damage. Now, that's already broken, but the issue evolved more and more, and eventually the Outlaws bundle came out, and they came out with one of the most broken spells I have ever seen on a Maycast. All I have to do is show you guys this one clip that happened on yesterday's stream to explain to you how stupid this Maycast is. No, what is this? Stop, please, no. What is this, bro? Oh my god, alright. He just stole my pip. That's so stupid. As you guys can see, I was literally laughing my ass off because of how stupid what just happened was. That one Maycast gave this dude the entire game, and unfortunately, it's a trend that's occurring more and more because there's a new Maycast that's come out that, in my opinion, is by far the least well thought out Maycast ever put on a wand. And unfortunately, it's starting to make PvP more and more pay to win. Now, here's the thing. I'm not going to make a full video on the bundle because I don't feel like making a 27-minute video plastered with ads because I don't really see any point in that. I will make a video on this bundle specifically because I think it is exceptionally broken. The wand that I'm talking about is right over here. Bop! This wand called the Poison Apple gives 132 block, 132 crit, 12 damage, 225 pip convert, and 2 square slots. It is, by all measures, a very good wand. Is it as good as other things that we've gotten? Probably not, only because it doesn't have Pierce. But let's look at the Maycast. Sleeping Toxin, a 6-pip Maycast that not only does an overtime, but it also stuns. Here's the thing. When you start combining mechanics like that, especially when we've never seen something like that in the game, and you leave it in a bundle that's $40, you start to create a situation where people are going to be winning because of the money in their pockets and not because of the skill in their head. I think that this is one of the least well thought out things in the history of Wizard101. Literally, what it does is punish you for shielding. It punishes people. Literally, you don't even have to have a shield up. Someone can just want it, and it prevents you from shielding for several rounds after because of an overtime, and it stuns you straight up. I think it's completely broken to have a Maycast stun in general attached to a wand. Now, Sauce, I know they totally won't have the Maycast rate up all the way. Don't even worry about it. It won't be like anything crazy. I don't buy that. I really don't buy that the Maycast rate is going to be low enough for this not to be a problem. I've already seen the Outlaws Bundle wand and the Maycast Judgment wand just go crazy. They're very, very powerful spells, and it really seems like the Maycast rates are at least 5%. 5%, my mans, is way too much for something to be used in PvP that's that powerful. And I get it. You know, sometimes people are probably gonna argue Maycast Judgment is probably more useful than that. That's not the point. The principle that I'm trying to expose here is that we're seeing a trend. We're seeing a practice where bundle wands and pack wands are making Maycasts a much more reliable thing in PvP, and that is not what you want. PvP is already full of RNG. There's randomness all over the place when it comes to PvP, and I'm honestly pretty shocked that they thought that this was something that they should just add to a bundle wand. There's nothing that can be done about it now. I get it. They're not going to replace it. That's just too much to ask for. What I do think, though, especially if they're going to be making PvP a priority, either disable Maycasts in PvP, that would solve the entire problem, greatly reduce the number of wand hits from these wands, that would be another solution, or 3, alright, just nerf the hell out of these Maycasts. I'm gonna break down why each of these 3 solutions work in terms of addressing Maycasts and PvP, and I want you guys to let me know what you think of these solutions, because to be honest, all of these solutions could work, and some people really do like Maycast, so let me know which solution you actually think would be the best for PvP. Quick disclaimer, I don't think this would really affect PvE. I don't think Maycasts awfully help in PvE anyways, but that's all I'm gonna disclaim real quick, because, you know, Maycasts, I feel like, are very important in PvP. I very rarely rely on them when I'm questing. It's a very rare thing. Solution number 1 is to get rid of Maycasts in general. Wands like these are just completely unnecessary. I think the huge problem with Maycasts, especially when they're of the school of the person casting them, is that it literally takes into account the damage that you have. Not to mention, you could have blades, you could have traps, you have all kinds of advantages where all you have to do is want it and the game does the rest for you. If you disable Maycast, you will completely get rid of the RNG, and wand hits will be wand hits. They'll be what they're meant to be, which is a shield breaker, a weakness breaker, or a resist tester. There should be no reason why for 0 pips you should be able to do upwards of 1,000 damage, get rid of all your shields, or even be able to stun. That is completely ridiculous that, you know, you already have all the utilities of a wand hit and somehow have something else attached to it. It's honestly tiresome to me that Maycasts have been getting stronger and stronger, even though I had not yet seen one person look at them favorably when it comes to PvP. Now, another solution in order to address how Maycasts work in PvP and make sure that this trend doesn't continue is to make sure you lower the number of wand hits these wands give. Alright, right now they just cast way too much, and you don't have an incentive anymore to use wands that don't have Maycasts, and that is precisely why it's pay to win. It's very rare for you to even have a wand that's not crowns only to be Maycast, and generally when they are some trash. They are some trash. It makes you wonder why suddenly the crowns items just give all these stats and the Maycast. The Maycast is no longer a trade-off, and I argue that the best way to make something as powerful as a Maycast, to justify it, a trade-off is to reduce the number of wand hits. The number of wand hits I would reduce it to is either 2 wand hits or 3 wand hits, and not keep it at 6 wand hits. It would be much harder to get a wand hit, and at least people won't be spamming wand hits hoping for RNG to win them the battle rather than their actual move. The final solution that my ass is proposing out here is just nerfing or completely overhauling how Maycasts work in general. I don't think Maycasts should do anything in terms of high damage, and I really don't think that they should do anything in terms of utilities like overtimes and stuns. What Maycasts should really do is, if on the off chance that they are able to trigger, right, they should be able to do something very minimal. I'm talking maybe a 5% pierce blade, a 10% trap, a 10% blade, a minor blessing, something very small. Could it completely change the tide of the battle? Maybe, but it would be much less likely, and it would add something a lot more fun to the game than a random 1,000 damage hit for no other reason but the fact that you chose to do a 0 pip hit at that round. I think this conversation around Maycasts and what they mean in this game is a really important conversation to be having. Right now, Maycasts are almost synonymous with crowns, and the problem is, the more and more advantages you get from having crowns in the game, the more and more pay to win things in the game get. I really think that it becomes problematic to involve money in how you get rank in this game. What I'm trying to say is that Maycasts are part of a larger problem. The real problem is that these packs and these wands and a lot of the gear that's starting to come out of them are starting to give people very competitive edges in PvP that aren't necessary. I urge KingsIsle, and I really hope that in the future bundles don't just do this. I really urge them to think about what they're doing with these Maycasts, especially in the context of PvP. You can't take two important mechanics like an overtime and a stun and just randomly place them into PvP for 0 pips just because it's a cool thing that you can add on a bundle launch. I hope that I don't come across as too frustrated or angry, because I really do think that if they're gonna do a PvP overhaul, they're gonna take things like this into consideration. But it kind of annoys me that this is a trend that I've seen over and over again, and it doesn't really show signs of stopping. I mean, this was just the beginning, and this was already broken, and I felt like the criticism for the Outlaws bundle and how it just steals pips randomly, and, you know, maybe even the outrage sometimes of people just losing matches and Maycasts, I thought this would reach KingsIsle by now, but it clearly hasn't. I think it's a lack of awareness for the problem, rather than being aware and just putting these things out. Now, here's the thing, alright? Like, literally just putting a no PvP symbol on this Maycast, or maybe even this wand in general, maybe that would fix the entire problem, you know, just for now. But I really do think that Maycasts in general, they just have to be looked at more so that we don't keep repeating the same mistakes, and so that PvP can remain fair and skill-based. Now, guys, these kind of videos only work when your opinions are in the comments as well, so let me know what you guys think. Do you think Maycasts should just completely be removed out of PvP, or do you like some of the ideas that I proposed? Do you think maybe the one solution is just to remove the high number of wands with these Maycast wands? Let me know in the comments below, or let me know if you have completely different solutions. I would love to know everyone's opinions in the comments, and maybe KingsIsle will read it, and maybe they'll take that into account as well. As always, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Drop a like if you did, and leave a sub if you're new. There's tons of links in the description, including my Twitch, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my Discord, so make sure you go crazy and go stupid with it. If somebody has not told you that you're awesome today, my mates, they doing something wrong. So stay awesome, brother. And yeah,